years removed from the pandemic?
Yeah.
I mean, from the beginning
Yeah.
where it started till now, and we've kind of moved past it.
That's kind of crazy to think about.
It's weird, right? It's
You just messed me up a little bit
half
there.
a decade.
Yeah.
That we were wearing masks. But one thing that came of it that really Americans really connected to was working from home. And they loved it. And they still love it.
They love it.
And then what we didn't realize is that there's one thing that took the whole work from home thing and ruined it, brought it to its knees.
What's that?
A mouse jiggler. Wells Fargo fired a bunch of people for using mouse jigglers.
You're going to need to find mouse jiggler for our pals out there.
So a mouse jiggler is basically what they did was they did a scan of all their work from home people, and they found out that a bunch of them were using work simulation software. Say that 37 times fast.
Yeah, stuff that makes it look like you're doing work.
Right.
Like
Moves
you're
your mouse
online.
around.
Yeah.
Taps a bunch of
Types.
keys. Yeah. Goes to a TPS report and then minimizes it. And they found out that a bunch of people are using this thing called a mouse jiggler because there's software that the company has that's monitoring them, and all it's looking for is activity, life, breathing in, breathing out. We'll pay you. But they were using this, and they fired a bunch of them, and now everyone on the internet is terrified because everyone was using mouse jigglers and not working when they were working from home.
You know what I did when I worked from home? I worked.
No,
I
you can't
did.
do that.
Who are
Why?
these people with jobs where they can just wiggle their mouse and that's their, well, they don't have the jobs anymore, I
They
guess.
do not have the jobs at all anymore. Welcome to Kim Komando today. No, Kim Komando. She is getting a contact, and she's almost done. She's almost done with her whole eye project, and she'll be able to see out of both eyes. What did she say, like 2,000, 8,000 vision or something like that?
8,000 vision.
Yes, she's going to see through things. She'll be able to diagnose cancer from 100 feet away in people. It's going to be amazing. But we're filling in Andrew Babinski, Allie Seligman, and we will handle today's Kim Komando Today podcast. Thank you for tuning in live on YouTube. I actually looked at the YouTube numbers. Kim was right on Wednesday.
I know. We've got all kinds of subscribers.
It's so
Great.
cool. We appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Hi,
If you're not
welcome.
subscribed and you are watching, it's right there. Just click it. You're done. Subscribe. No one we're live.
Literally
Mondays,
one button.
Wednesdays, and Fridays. Top 5 things is how we start the show every single day.
There is a federal agency called the CISA. Do you know what that stands for, Andrew?
It's the CIA, but it's the smaller version. Central Smaller Intelligence Agency.
No, it's the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. So they're our cybersecurity agency.
Right.
People are posing as CISA agents, calling people. The way that they're doing this, they're looking up people's real names and titles who work for this agency, and then they'll call you, Andrew, this is Jim, the chief security man. That's obviously your title.
No, they're really good. These scammers know all the terms.
They're way better than me because I'm not a scammer. But then they're tricking people and sending them money. The National Security Agency is never going to call you and ask for a gift card, for crypto, for a bank transfer, none of this stuff. It's not real. It's never going to be real. Hang up the phone.
Just
let
don't
them
answer
scare
your
you.
phone.
There's the
Stop.
answer. Never answer your phone
Stop
again.
answering your phone.
What if it's someone you know? Still no answer?
I don't trust it. They could be faking it. They could be in some sort of Indonesian VPN pretending to be the FBI.
I mean, that's actually true. You can fake the caller ID that shows up on a phone.
Right.
It happens all the time.
I'm not going to answer it. I'm not
Okay.
answering it anymore.
No more
I'm
phone
not
calls.
answering texts, emails, just pigeons. Send those pigeons that have notes tied to their
Carrier
ankles to my.
pigeons.
Yeah, send
Okay.
those to my house if
Okay,
you want to
cool.
talk to me.
Number 2, the FAA is investigating Boeing, of course, and they just found a bunch of counterfeit titanium made it into the planes.
What's counterfeit titanium?
Well,
Plastic spoons?
kind of, because they were noticing a bunch of little tiny holes in the titanium, which should not happen.
Well, it's titanium. It's pretty strong.
Yeah, except if it's like not really full titanium, like some
Right.
kind of amalgam. They had falsified documents. It's this whole thing. So one of their suppliers apparently was giving them bad titanium, and maybe that's why.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Is it like Play-Doh that they just covered in old pennies? And they're like, no, government, this is
Yeah.
definitely titanium.
That seems kind of right. If you have a flight coming up, a reminder to you, you should go to amiflyingonaboeing.com just for some peace of mind or some, reason to get all your friends and family to think good thoughts and pray for you.
Are you saying people shouldn't fly on Boeings? Is this your official opinion?
I'm not saying anything. I think you should know
Yeah.
if you were flying on a Boeing. I
Knowledge is
recently
power.
flew on a Boeing, which I didn't realize until it was happening, and I
Did
crossed
you
my fingers.
Poke a hole through the titanium wall?
No. Number
Fingers outside
3.
the plane.
People are really mad at Roku right now. Do you know motion smoothing?
So
Do you know
here's
what
the
that
thing.
is?
I saw this story this morning.
Yeah.
I read this story this morning.
Okay.
Did not comprehend this story this morning.
Oh, I'm about to explain it to you.
Mhm.
There is a mode on your TV. Pretty much every new TV has it. It's called motion smoothing.
Okay.
And if you have it on, it kind of makes things look like really dreamy, right? Everything is so super smooth and like the edges are rounded.
Is that like the Vaseline they used to put on Barbara Walters'
Kind
camera
of.
in the 90s?
Yes, it's like your whole TV got Vaselined. That's a really good point.
All right.
It makes sports look awful because it makes the movement really weird and choppy,
Okay.
as you might imagine. But motion smoothing, Roku just had an update. It put TVs into motion smoothing. You can't turn it off.
So everything's motion smoothed.
Everything's smooth.
Even something you want rough is now smooth.
Your roughest content is now smooth.
There's
It's
a
not
lot
good.
of rough content that I don't want smooth at all.
It's all TCL TVs are kind of screwed right now. So if you have one of those, it's not just it's not just you. It's because of your Roku update.
Right.
So-
Don't throw your Roku away. They're going to update it again and probably fix this problem.
Yes. Yeah. They don't have the fix yet, but they will soon, I'm sure. Number 4, some news to make you mad.
All right.
Okay, remember all the drama with Elon Musk
Yep.
in this $56 billion pay package?
Yeah.
A judge said, what was the quote? Unfathomable. He said, this amount of money, this pay package is unfathomable to run Tesla. Okay, then it went to the shareholders for approval. They approved it.
Of course they did.
$56 billion.
You're saying they fathomed it?
They fathomed it. It turns out it was kind of, there's a lot of Tesla and Elon fanboys
Right.
on the board.
What would a company have to be worth for that pay package to be? $3 trillion?
I don't have a number for you.
$5 trillion?
That's so much money. I don't think any one person should make $56 billion. I'm going to go out there and say it. I don't think so.
You liberal.
56 billion?
Oh, yeah, whatever. Don't try and push your politics on us, Allie. I think 56 billion should be minimum wage.
You sound like the liberal now.
Oh, that's true.
That just, yeah. Some other X news. Indonesia says, if you're going to show porn, we're not going to keep your app up here.
Yeah, they're going to
because-
ban it.
Yeah, they're going to ban it. So they've sent some, don't do this here, we're going to ban you. I don't think they're going to care. I think they're going to say, fine, ban it.
Well, but here's the thing. Am I the only one who goes on Twitter? Porn is on Twitter everywhere.
Is it?
It's not a new thing.
So I think you are the only one who goes on Twitter, but like you really see it if you go into
All
your...
the time.
I went on, so I'm logged into Kim's account so I can answer questions, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking.
And you couldn't find it?
I didn't search, but I was scrolling. I didn't find
yeah.
anything.
And it's not like it's only for me seeing it. I mean, it has 50,000 likes
Yeah.
and 20 million views.
Yeah.
I mean, people put porn up there. It's been happening forever. Remember the whole big thing where you couldn't show a woman's front on Instagram and everybody was all
Front.
up? I didn't want to say nipples, but I'll say nipples. On
Yeah.
Instagram and everybody was up in arms. Twitter was like, we've been showing nipples forever. We're nipple central over
Really?
here. Come on down.
And we're not talking like in the breastfeeding sense or something.
No.
We're talking about just like topless ladies.
Yes, it's a porn site. Twitter is like 80% porn. Maybe 75. I don't want to go crazy.
Well, here's the difference. I think when it's happening versus saying like, it's all right.
Right, that's true. That is the difference.
Yeah.
Encouraging and letting it just live there in the background, two totally different
Yeah.
things.
By the way, if you want to block anything from your timeline, maybe your kids are on X, Twitter, and you don't want them to see certain things, we just put in the newsletter and on Komando.com. If you search, well, I guess if you search Twitter porn, you can find
Been there, done that.
Hey, you can find steps on how to block all that stuff from your feed. Number 5, when you go to whatever pharmacy you go to,
Right.
and you need an over-the-counter medication, are you going to buy the brand name or are you buying the like Walgreens or whatever off-brand? Store brand.
I use Walgreens.
'Kay.
That is my pharmacy.
'Kay.
And they always recommend it. They're like, your prescription for your kids will be $23, or you can get this one for $8.
No,
And
the over-the-counter. So like not
Oh,
prescriptions. Like if you
gotcha.
need
Yeah, I
cough
always buy the
medicine.
cheap stuff. I always buy the cheap stuff.
I do too. Yeah, I don't buy the fancy ones.
It's the same ingredient. If you look at the package, it's exactly the same.
Yes, which is also my thinking, but
Okay. I don't like yes buts.
yeah, this isn't a this is not a good one. Over the past 10 years, CVS has had to pull 133 different over-the-counter store brand meds off the shelf. Same ingredients, sure, but they found things like bacteria infestations, moldy factories, incorrect dosing.
Okay, so it is still the same ingredients,
Same ingredients,
just
but
how they're prepared.
maybe not the best, in terms of how
Are people
they're
getting
making
sick?
them. They are, yes. That's why these are being recalled, right? Because people get sick or they realize, oh, all this really gross stuff was happening at the factory where these are
Right.
made. CVS is actually the biggest offender. Walgreens, only 70 recalls over the same period. Walmart, only 51. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So if you're going to go store brand, I guess the takeaway is go Great Value. Is that the Walmart brand?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, go Great Value, go Walgreens, not CVS.
Yeah, CVS will find some mops, clean some stuff up. They'll be fine. I have to cough.
Killing it.
Welcome back to Kim Komando Today. This is not the Kim Komando radio show. The Kim Komando radio show is on, I believe, you could correct me if I'm wrong, 6.7 million radio stations.
That's correct.
In this galaxy. No, the Kim Komando radio show, 500 radio stations across the country. It's a weekend show. It's more tech focused with Kim helping out callers, having conversations with the listeners. This is the podcast. We just, hang out, talk about Twitter porn, goof around, have fun.
She's probably not going to say nipples on that show.
No, definitely not going to say that. She'll bleep it. If you want to listen to the Kim Komando show, though, it's now available with commercials as a podcast. So wherever you listen to podcasts, just listen for the Kim Komando show. If you want it commercial free, you can go to the Kim Komando community.
You can.
And get it for
Couple
money.
bucks a month. You can also get it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you can listen to it now for free, 100% with commercials. Just find your favorite podcast app. I need to find a new podcast app because I recently switched from Apple to, why are you looking at me like that?
Same.
Oh, okay. From
Yeah.
Apple to Android. And I did not know Android did not have their own built-in podcast
Well,
app.
they did forever, but Google Podcasts, which I loved, it just went away like a couple months ago.
Those
I know.
silly, silly people.
I know. I've been using Spotify and it's not great.
Not great?
That's not great.
You just told people to go to Spotify to get our show. Now you're saying it's not great.
It's not great.
I downloaded some like Audio Craze 64 or something.
That sounds like malware.
I've been hacked. But there's ads like all the time, just nonstop. So that's one thing Apple has it going for them. The podcast app is pretty cool.
I'm going to research this for both of us.
Oh, nice.
I'll find us the best options and then we can figure it out and we can
And then
share
put it
with
in
our
the
Google
newsletter.
friends. Yeah.
All right. So Microsoft, you heard of them?
Yeah.
Okay. They're coming out with AI, which is artificial intelligence.
Oh, they're coming out with it. They made it. Cool.
Their whole future is on these Copilot Plus PCs. That is what's going to drive computer sales for the next 4 to 5 years for Microsoft.
Yes, so this is the new version of their laptops that are like AI first. Everything in here is driven by AI.
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's a new feature in there called Recall. And I'm sure they were sitting around a board meeting and someone's like, hey, we need some new ideas for these AI PCs. And someone's like, how about this? How about every few seconds, your computer takes a snapshot of everything you're doing. And then in just real speech, you could ask your computer, what was I doing last Tuesday? Or when did I make that appointment with Bob? Or where's those photos I downloaded from Twitter? Where did I hide them? And this recall will be able, through artificial intelligence, find everything you did and give you the information, again, in people speak, in real language.
Yeah. Amazing. Everyone cheered when Bill from marketing
Oh,
had
yeah.
that idea. Everyone cheered.
And then one lone female intern in the back of the room was like, what about security? And they're like, shut up, Brenda. And they went out and they released it and they put it on everybody's computer, even if they didn't want it, even if they didn't ask for it. And now everyone's mad.
Everyone's mad.
Here's why, though. People don't trust Microsoft. No. If Apple did this, you'd have some complaints, but it wouldn't be the uproar that it is,
That's a
I think,
good
with
point.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Because people just don't trust Microsoft. They don't trust the fact that Microsoft's going to sit there and watch them, and they say they don't have access to the information, and they say they're not going to bundle it up in a nice, pretty package and sell it to someone, and they say they're not using it to train their AIs. By the way, can I do a side note real quick?
Please.
Side note. Big companies, stop using human beings to train your AIs because
Oh, that's not going to stop.
we're stupid. And that's
Oh,
we
I get what
are.
you're saying.
Humans are awful. I mean, and I'm not excluding myself. There's like 19 people on this entire planet
Yeah, that's
that you
true.
could actually monitor to train AI.
Yeah, that's a
Everybody
good
else,
number.
dolts.
Yeah.
And I'm not excluding myself. I, on a daily basis, misspell the word restaurant. I lock my keys in my car like 3 times a year. It's awful. I am an idiot.
Yeah, don't train anything based on that
You
guy.
want me to train your AI?
No.
So don't stop doing that. But people don't trust Microsoft. And so because of this, everybody is revolting. And Microsoft had to respond. And their response was, okay, we're leaving it in there. But instead of you being automatically opted in, you have to personally opt in.
Okay.
So that's the difference.
That's something.
One difference.
Yeah.
And no one can access it unless they have your credentials. So only you will be able to get to it.
Okay, so it's actually just on device. It's like local storage kind of thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you have to log in. Every single
Sure.
time you want to access your recall, you'll have to give it your authentication.
Yeah.
Is that enough? Is this going to work? Is the Microsoft recall dead on arrival?
Probably. But so this is only going to be in these new AI
The
computers, right?
Copilot Plus PCs.
Right, because they're the only ones that have the chips that are like built to actually do this.
Correct.
So, okay, is it going to be there when it's time for all of us to buy? I use a Mac laptop, oddly enough, but when it's time for the rest of us to buy a Windows computer.
I think it'll still be there, but I think anyone will see what it's asking to do.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you're a creeper or not. I mean, if you're doing bad stuff on your computer, obviously you don't want
Sure.
literally all of your crimes and misdemeanors recorded.
Well, and it's not even crimes, right? It's just the very idea of it, because all of this stuff is all of this stuff is recorded in different ways. Yeah, all of your search history, it's right there in your
Yes.
browser. All of your, what you're doing. So it's not like,
But it's the access to it.
yeah, and it's the one company having all of it. Here's the file. Here's exactly what Andrew did on his computer
But
on Tuesday.
they're not only having it, they already have it. They
Yeah.
already have everything you do on your computer,
Yeah.
but it's the access to it. Where if, let's say we were together as a couple and you went, who is he emailing?
Yeah.
Was this computer emailing yesterday at 4 o'clock?
Yeah, and
when
I
I
could
was
ask
trying
it.
to hide an email from you.
Totally, and I could ask it in plain language like that.
Correct. And
Yeah.
it would find you the answer. But we did learn that people do not trust Microsoft.
Hmm.
And probably deservedly so. But the internet made us well aware of that when this recall was launched. Also, they also should not we learned this from YouTube
Yeah.
and Apple. Don't just give us stuff we're not asking for.
Amazon Sidewalk did the same thing.
We don't want
their
it.
Wi-Fi network. No, let people opt into things.
Every time, just ask. If it's such a great product, just ask. We'll say yes. Give it to me. GetKim.com is the newsletter.
Mhm.
All right. Welcome back to Kim Komando today. No Kim Komando. She's finishing up on her eye. She's gonna be seer. She's gonna see things.
She's gonna have better vision than both of us.
Oh yeah,
How's
I
your
have awful
vision?
vision. Awful.
Yeah?
It's like 4. I don't even get a second number. My vision's so bad. She'll be back on Monday when the podcast returns. But if you need Kim to give you all her information, she has her free newsletter. We have 5 minutes every single day,
Come on, who doesn't?
and it's free.
I know you're spending more than that on the toilet.
There was we had a yeah, that's true. Especially if you're a dad. There was an emailer who a couple of weeks ago sent a message to Kim, and he said, "Kim Komando, you always provide us with the best." And then he used an expletive to describe all the content, a positive expletive.
The
to
S
describe,
word.
Yeah, to describe all the content that's provided in the newsletter. You can't get a better endorsement than that.
You can't. It's the best stuff.
The best stuff. GetKim.com. So I was bopping around.
As you do.
Bipping and bopping
Bipping
around
and
the
bopping.
internet this morning, trying to find things to talk about. And there was all of these, just a group of weird, interesting, silly, funny tech stories.
Great.
And I was like, well, we can't put all of those in the show unless
Unless.
we turn them into a little game.
Oh,
And I'm going to have you finish the headline. Guess the missing word.
I'm the contestant on
You
this
are.
game. What's the game called?
It's called Finish the Headline.
Great. Okay.
I got together with a team of writers this morning.
Sure.
About 4 hours in, that's what we came up with.
Good. Good
So I
use
have
of time.
4 different headlines, and one word is missing, and I need you to come up with it, okay?
One single word.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, my gosh.
Some are phrases, but 2 words max.
Okay.
Calm down. Now, headline number 1. A contestant in a artificial intelligence photo contest was stripped of their victory after judges found out he used a blank.
Camera.
Real photo.
That's So, kind of.
Very close. The photo was called the Flamingon. It was a picture of a flamingo with no head.
I saw it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was very artistic.
It was initially awarded first place in the AI category of People's Vote and third place overall in the juried prizes, but then they found out it's a real photo and they kicked him out of the contest.
He was trying to prove that, like, human photos are better, and he's
Yes.
kind of right.
Yeah,
But, like,
they won. Headline number 2. A sign posted outside of a South Korean gym went viral. The sign read, "Only blank women allowed."
I know this one because I saw it.
Go ahead.
Elegant.
Elegant women.
Isn't that so funny?
The sign fully read, "Off limits to ajumas."
What's an ajuma?
I'll tell you in a second.
'Kay.
Only cultivated and elegant women allowed. An ajuma is a catchphrase term for women in their late 30s.
I would not be allowed. Ajuma. No
You're
ajumas
an
allowed.
ajuma.
Wow.
You darn ajuma. The gym defended itself by pointing out that they didn't say we're wrong. They said, listen,
We're sorry we hurt your feelings, ajumas.
ajumas tend to like free stuff and are stingy with their own money, and we don't want them here.
We want those young ladies who are going to buy stuff.
Exactly. People on the internet went crazy with this. It went
course.
totally viral. And someone's like, well, just call them bad customers. And, say no bad customers are allowed. Or if someone is in your gym and they're acting up, throw them out.
Also, I guarantee you there's some 37-year-old woman that wants to buy their $15 smoothie or whatever it is.
Right, yeah. It's not all. It's not a blanket phrase.
It's me. I'd buy this smoothie.
All right, you ready for number 3,
Yeah.
Ajuma?
Yes.
Cyprus has elected a blank to represent them in the European Parliament.
Dog.
Close. YouTube prankster.
Prankster.
A 24-year-old YouTube creator with 2.6 million subscribers, we're right behind him,
Sure.
who is best known for his elaborate stunts in which he attempts to get handshakes and hugs from celebrities. That's what
Classic
all
prankster.
you need to get 2.6 million people. Wanted to get young people involved, so he put himself on the ballot. He really wasn't legitimately running. He just put himself on the ballot to send the message out there, get out and vote, get involved. 14% increase in voter turnout, and he won.
Whoa.
And he's going to do it.
He's gonna do
He's
it.
going to represent them in European Parliament.
Is he a bad dude?
I don't know.
Let's hope not.
I don't know what.
He's a prankster?
I don't know what language they speak in Cyprus. And B, I don't know that language to watch his videos and understand. I just saw the story.
Good story.
And the last one, a married man is suing Apple over deleted text messages to blank. You really think about this.
Girlfriend.
No, you're close.
Okay.
Sex workers. In the final years of his marriage, a London man was sexting sex workers, setting up dates,
Sure.
and then deleting them from his phone.
As you
Wife-
do?
Yeah. I mean, how else are you going to contact them? His wife then found them on the iMac.
Because it synced everything?
Yeah. And he said in his lawsuit, and I quote, "If the message said these messages have been deleted on this device, that would have been a clue. Or these messages are deleted on this device only. That would have been even better. But if I'm told this message is deleted, then I'm entitled to believe it was deleted." And he's saying, not that this would save his marriage, but the fact that she found out this way
Yeah.
made her awful during the divorce process. And that if he would have been able to tell her beforehand on his own.
Do you think he would have told her?
No.
Of course not. He would have
No.
told her well after the divorce. No, he never would have told her.
Well, there was no need. They were getting divorced. You didn't have to.
Okay, the thing is, he kind of has a point that
Oh, you're
perhaps.
siding with the.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I do think there's an interesting point, though, that people don't know how their tech works.
Yeah. No, they don't.
And people don't know that, like, this is something that I've talked to our IT guys here about. People will sign into things with their Apple ID. Nobody who works here now, because we're all too smart for that, will sign in on their work device on their Apple ID. Okay, every photo you took with your iPhone is now on your work computer.
All right.
Is every photo you took on your iPhone appropriate for work? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, people don't know how that stuff works.
And this guy didn't either. But should
This
have.
guy's a scumbag. I
Apple-
hope he doesn't win any. Is he trying to get he's trying to get money?
Yes, because he says the way she found out about him hiring a bunch of ladies of the night. She went malicious during the divorce process instead of cordial, like the path they were on.
So she ended up with more of his money and stuff.
Or came after, yes, absolutely. And
Sucks,
came after
man.
him harder and caused him more legal fees. So how do you combat someone when you get a lot of legal fees is you sue someone and get even more legal fees while you're suing them, especially Apple, who you have no chance of ever beating in court.
Good luck.
Ever.
Oh, we are killing it. Wow.
Oh, this is the...
AI.
Yeah. What haven't I... Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Kim Komando Today. Kim Kommando's off. Allie and Andrew Babinski, the A-team, sitting in, filling in for you on a Friday. Dubis, why is that funny?
It was just a cool little twang you did.
I'm in a good mood. It's
Okay.
Friday.
It's Friday. Let's do this.
And you should be in a good mood, too. So do us a favor. With a big smile on your face, scroll your mouse down and hit the share button. And share this podcast with someone. We're trying to grow it so we can keep doing this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that's one way to help. Another way is if you follow us and drop a comment. We always hear the word algorithm and no one knows what it means, but the algorithm loves comments.
No, seriously, though. Like when you interact with us, when you click a button, when you leave a comment, when you whatever, do anything, that's you telling YouTube or whatever else it is, I like these people.
Right.
They're my friends.
And it pushes it to other people. We find new members of the audience, grow the community even more. And of course, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So like, comment, share. We'd appreciate it.
So you just told us about this YouTube prankster who's going to be a politician.
Parliament. He's going to be in Parliament.
Parliament, which sounds so much fancier.
Oh, it's way better.
Is he going to have to wear one of those white wigs?
They don't do that
Do they do
anymore.
those? Okay.
No.
Well, I tried. In Cheyenne, Wyoming.
I'm from Wyoming. I've been to Cheyenne.
You're from Wyoming?
Mm-hmm. I
didn't
grew
know
up in Evansville and Casper, Wyoming.
That's beautiful.
Be still my heart.
Wow, that's so nice. A ChatGPT powered bot named Vic, VIC, which stands for Virtual Integrated Citizen,
Ooh.
is running for mayor.
Well, it's Wyoming. I mean,
Sure. So technically, a bot can't run for mayor. It has to be a person, right?
Right.
So the person who made it, Victor Miller,
right.
he is
He
running.
made his own chatbot.
He sure did. Yes. So he calls himself just the conduit. He
Okay.
says the AI is what listens to the constituents. Basically, his idea is that he will put in, say they're voting on something and he needs to give his input. Okay, he'll upload all the documents, all the supporting research, everything, and let AI make the right decision based on what the voters might want. Which, like, in theory, that sounds okay. Maybe.
It doesn't sound horrible.
He says that
Can't be any worse.
he said that the AI mayor has an IQ of 155. That's very high. It can scan.
Thank you. Thank you for filling in that gap for me.
Well, you're not one of the 19. We can't trust you. It can scan government documents. It can do it a lot better than humans who are going to make decisions based on everything.
Well, they're not going to read. First of all, humans are not going to get this huge bill and sit there and say, well, looks like I'm busy till Wednesday. No.
No, they're going to let whoever sit down with them and say, here's what this means. Here's how you should vote.
They'll have their staff just summarize it in a one page. They read the front and then they scope the future of our country.
Yes. Right now, voters, they can ask the Vic campaign questions because Victor Miller is wearing a speaker on his chest.
He's gone all out.
He's really going all out. It responds in a cowboy-like masculine tone.
Well, it is Wyoming.
I know.
I mean, you're not going to go with like some California surfer. It definitely wanted to sound more like Kevin Costner than Keanu Reeves.
Would you vote for Vic?
No.
Why?
Well, it's a hackable software, right? So it is just
That's a really good point.
software.
That's astute for you.
Thank you. I'm going to look up what astute means the minute the podcast is over. But, you know, it's not, we've had worse things in government. So if it won, it wouldn't be that bad. My family actually founded a town in North Dakota, the Babinskis. And like, now it used to be on the trail and people would pass through and it was lively, and now it's like 36 people.
What's the town called?
Warsaw.
We are learning so much about Andrew.
Currently in the town, there's like a general store and there's a cemetery. That's not what it's called.
Cemetery.
Cemetery.
Unless they're making cement.
And then this huge mansion, which is owned by the Catholic Church, where if girls get pregnant, they go and hide there and have their babies, but then get sent back to their towns like nothing happened.
Sure.
they take turns being mayor in Warsaw because it's so little people. They're like, tag, you're it.
They could
just
use
take
Vic.
This isn't any worse than that.
It's really not. It might be better.
I want to ask a chatbot who I should vote for. They won't tell me. Maybe Vic will actually tell me who to vote for.
I don't think he would. I think Vic would tell you to make your own decision.
Oh,
I don't think Vic is programmed to be scummy.
It's a chatbot with a heart.
It's a chatbot who wants to win.
Yeah. Do we have something else you said?
We sure do.
What do you have?
So I was scrolling on my phone and saw this video.
Wait, before you go to the video, how often do you scroll? Be honest.
I'm not a big scroller.
Give me a number.
A couple times a day. And
30
I have
minutes?
a limit. Yes, I have a 30-minute limit on Instagram. That's the only one I scroll. I refuse to download TikTok for self-preservation. It's not like the China
You'll
stuff,
get hooked.
which is not great.
You'll get hooked. TikTok is fabulous.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But this came across my timeline. I've seen videos like this before, and every time they get me. And so I
Oh.
thought we had to share it as
We go from an AI bot with a heart to a internet video with a heart.
yeah, a little Friday treat.
I wanna
Okay.
see this.
So this little baby,
Oh, is he getting an
There's a
implant?
test-
yes,
Is it hearing
her
aid?
name is
Back when
Billy,
these
and
are
she's
in her
getting
ears,
her
I
hearing
can do
aids
a
put
little
in.
change the
So
programming.
the auditory
'Cause she's just growing so
little.
fast.
specialist doctor, I don't know. Yeah, is putting these in.
All right, I'm gonna click them close. Okay.
And this is really cool because once she gets them close, she stops talking because she wants to make sure that mom and dad's voice are the first ones that little Billy hears.
Billy.
Huh?
Hi, Bill.
What's that?
Oh!
Billy. Hi.
He is so confused, but he's loving
No, it's Billy,
it.
a girl.
Pretty
Oh, it's Billy a girl?
Yeah.
Nah, you can't tell
How
at this
you
age.
doing?
No. So cute, right?
That is very
Hi.
cute.
Billy. Can you look over here now?
She's processing all this.
Totally. Can you imagine her
Hi,
little brain
how are
trying to
you?
figure out?
Right, never hearing before,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, that little
that's
smile.
good pick. It's so sweet.
I know. I figured we needed something happy after all of this.
This is a great way to say Happy Father's Day to everyone.
Oh, that's true.
This weekend is
Happy
Father's
Father's Day, fathers. Happy Father's Day. Andrew, you truly are a great dad.
I know.
Happy Father's Day.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And a humble man.
Very